Hey guys, really quick before I get everything started, I need one little favor. I've got to move this right here out of the way. You do my, I'll move this way. Yep, let's go this way. All right, awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna get up close and personal. Alrighty. So you work at Randall's,
Yes.
and you work where again?
I'm a writer.
A writer, that's right. And now do you actually have it? Do you actually have a book out or anything yet?
I've got a few out.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Interesting. What kind of books?
Romantic comedies.
Romantic comedies. Mm-hmm. And what do you base your stories on?
Oh, you know, past
The past?
stuff. Past lives.
Right. Awesome. All right. So let's get this going on here. Let's get this over here. So you got anything in the mix right now? Working on anything?
I'm writing a psychological thriller.
Psychological thriller.
Find something different.
Yeah. So who inspires you? Anybody in particular?
Not really.
No writers in particular? No?
I used to like Stephen King a lot.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, right. I like I like Stephen King, but Stephen King, his books could probably get the same message across in about half the pages. Right?
I like the suspense, the build-up.
True. There's so much detail, gets you right there, doesn't he? Right? Absolutely. So I'm gonna need a favor, Zoe, if you don't mind. I need water, all right? And if you could put water in here, almost to the top of that, okay? Not over, but under, about 1/4 of an inch. Okay? Thank you.
Just on here?
That is perfect.
Okay.
Got it. Okay. Okay. And there it is, and I think we are ready to go. Ta-da! I actually worked up a sweat doing that. Goodness. All right, guys. So, kind of from the beginning, number one, I do want to thank you guys again for allowing me to come in and advertise to you guys. I do get a paycheck for doing this, believe it or not. I get to be a sitting down comedian. So, just a little bit about the company, though. Like I mentioned earlier as well, it's 81 years old. Okay, it's based out of Michigan. It is an American-made product that is not a single component outsourced outside of the United States, which is pretty awesome. It's kind of rare, but it's pretty cool. All right. Right now we have distributorships in every single state in the United States, about 130 different countries around the world. So it's not something that just popped up yesterday and we're trying to push on people. Pretty well established company. The whole purpose of the rainbow being invented way back in 1936, y'all, was to help purify the air in people's homes because of allergies and asthma and any other kind of breathing issues we can think of, right? And a lot of it has to do with what's happening on the inside of the house, okay? And according to the EPA, the inside of our home can be anywhere from 2 to 100 times more polluted than air outside. Isn't that crazy? You ever even thought about that? That's crazy, right? Yep. So let's talk about a couple of things that are happening inside the home to make that statement true. Number one, we get up and get ready for work in the morning. A lot of the ladies still like to spray stuff in their hair. Guilty. All right. Spray on deodorants are pretty popular, right? Cologne, perfume, right? Sometimes we spray things in the air to try and make it smell nice. Sometimes we use chemicals to clean with. And all these aerosols and these chemicals, when we use them, are trapped in the house. Right? They have nowhere to go. Because see, when they build homes these days, they build them so well, right? There's no like ventilation. So that stuff is like trapped in here, right? It's like a little incubator, right? Right? And then if we're here maybe 12 hours a day and all these aerosols are in the house, guess what we're breathing in?
All the aerosols.
Yeah, all right? And I don't think breathing in chemicals is good for anybody. Would you guys agree?
Yep.
Right? Absolutely not. So there is other stuff that comes into the home. Now, have you guys ever seen the sun beaming in through the window early in the morning?
Yeah.
What do you see dancing in the air?
Dust.
Dust, right? So guess what? I brought my son with me, not my biological one, but his name is Bob, right? He's my partner, right? Say hi to Bob. What up? All right. He's having a pretty bright day, isn't he? So let's take a look at Bob, all right? Wow. Look underneath there. Now, what do you guys see?
See dust.
Yeah.
Look at that. There's a whole bunch of dust. Now, do you guys know what dust is?
No.
It's over 90% dead skin. All right? Yes. So I got great news though. It's kind of gross to think about, but I got great news. Last time I checked, dead skin isn't really going to hurt you anytime soon, right?
Okay.
Now it's kind of gross thinking about breathing someone else's dead skin in. I'm totally playing, right? But it's truly the stuff that clings onto dead skin particles we have to be a little bit concerned about, okay? Starting from the top. Number one, in everybody's household, unfortunately, there are millions upon millions upon millions little critters called dust mites. They're little microscopic bugs, part of the arachnid family, like spiders and ticks. You guys ever heard of them?
Yeah.
Sort of, yep.
Yep.
So here's the deal though. So they're in a home, you know what I mean? And they're around for about 6 weeks and then just die. And then when they die, guess where they go? Don't know? They go to heaven, come on. No, I'm totally playing. But they do go everywhere. They go like in the rugs, the carpeting, the furnishings, in the mattress. Now, speaking of the mattress, all right, have you guys ever seen that mattress firm commercial on TV? It says replace your mattress every 8 years. Mm-hmm. Do you remember why they tell you to replace it?
No.
No? Well, here's the reason they're telling you. It's because, okay, after about 8 years, there's a massive buildup of a whole bunch of stuff. I'm about to tell you what it is, okay? So, at any given mattress at any given time, there's between 2 and 10 million dust mites, okay? And they pretty much just live off dead skin. Now, as a human, we shed about 4 layers of dead skin every 90 days. That's about 2.2 pounds per year per person. Now, if we're in bed a third of our life, about 8 hours a day, right? That's a lot of dead skin going into the mattress, right? And then we got these dust mites eating away at the dead skin, okay? Now, remember, they're only around for about 6 weeks. So that means there's live ones and then there's dead ones.
Yeah.
Now, when an animal dies, what does it do? Decomposes, decays. Now there's germs and bacteria involved, okay? And then all of a sudden we have a bunch of dead skin. We have alive dust mites. We got dead dust mites. And then, you know, when anybody or anything eats a bunch of food, like the dead skin, what do you got to do a little bit later? You gotta get rid of it, okay? The fecal matter. See, the fecal matter from a dust mite is what triggers allergies, household allergies. In fact, it triggers about 80 to 85% of household allergies. So when it clings onto the dead skin particles that we just saw in the air, right? And basically we breathe it in, all of a sudden allergies are being triggered, even asthmatic attacks? Asthma attacks, another one of those things. Yeah, that stuff. And then, right? That's also a reason the mattress on the little tag, it says don't resell it to anybody because it's a health hazard. And it's also a reason it gets so heavy after 8 years. Yeah. When you first buy it, you can almost lug it yourself, right? After 8 years, you need like your neighbors to help you, right? But there is some other stuff that comes into the home. Pets, you guys got pets?
Yeah, some cats.
Some cats, gotcha. Cats, dogs, whatever, we let them out sometimes. They wander around out back and they don't really watch where they're going. So that means they walk in anything, right? And then they track it in. And then when they track in, they just kind of wipe their feet at the doormat. Not totally playing. But it does get on the carpet and rugs, right? Same thing with friends and family and neighbors, children, whatever. We're walking around outside. We could be walking with stuff like gum, bird dropping, spit, sodas, some gas or antifreeze from the gas station. And we're tracking this stuff in. And then all of a sudden we've got this. Whoa. Wow. That's a lot of stuff. Yeah. And I don't really have any idea what that stuff is, right? But I've got a question for you. Breathing that stuff in, could it really be good for anybody?
I doubt it.
Absolutely not, right? Now look, I don't show everybody that to try to freak you out or gross you out or anything. Yeah. But I do show it to people for a couple different reasons. Number one, obviously because of the health concerns we we're just talking about, but also because of monetary reasons. Look, man, dirt and dust literally ruin everything that we own. It is the number 2 reason our electronics fail, okay? That's also the reason when we have like rugs and carpet, we start getting like high traffic areas, or the rugs or the carpet starts looking very old and kind of worn out and stuff. It's because we're not getting all the dirt out of it. When we have tile, we start having grout issues. It's dirt, okay? Yeah. When we have fabric furniture, right? I'm sure you guys got leather now, but I'm sure in the past you've seen fabric furniture that either belonged to you or somebody else that looks pretty gross, right? Yeah, it's dirty, man. And then we want to toss it out and buy some new stuff, right? Yep. So this kind of goes on and on and on, guys. And I know I've been mentioning a whole bunch of problems, but I've got a solution, okay? Now the rainbow here is that solution. And it's actually really easy to use. It has a top and a bottom to it, a 2.5 quart water basin here. And this little part right here runs off a computer chip. And the only movable part in the whole thing is this right here, what you see spinning, and it's called a separator. It spins at 25,000 revolutions a minute. I've actually counted that twice just to make sure that was accurate. And then, yeah. Yes, absolutely. That's a joke, by the way. And then anything that's in the air gets pulled in here at 65 miles an hour.
Okay.
The last time I checked, wet dust can't fly, can it? Better not be able to, right? And everything is trapped in the water, and the only thing that ever comes out of the back of the machine is clean, fresh water, washed air. Okay? So let's see how it works. Look at this. Good Lord. And look at her. Look at fresh air. That smells pretty good, right? Now here's the cool part. Watch this. It's actually the most important part. Isn't that crazy? Look at that. Still going. Yes. Whoop. I got a couple things. Remember a while ago when I was showing you the Rainmate? And I said that it could recycle the air in the average size bedroom about once every 4 hours. See, this machine here can do it in about 15 minutes. Whoop. Didn't get that little bug, did it? And it'll do about 15 minutes because of the power of the machine, y'all. Okay? It is a certified air purifier. It's been certified through AHAM. It has a Gold Seal rating through them. It's like the highest rating you can get. And it's also been certified by the Asthma and Allergy Foundation of America. Okay? So as an example, one of the uses that many people do, including myself, is that at night I put this into the bedroom, right? And I douse it with some eucalyptus oil, and I crank it up and I shut the bedroom door, right? Now I let it run anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour before I go to bed. So when I open the door to go to bed, guess what the air feels like?
Eucalyptus and clean.
It is. It's very nice. It's completely removed all the like dander, the allergens, the germs, the bacteria, any of these little triggers that we're talking about that trigger like the allergy attacks or the asthma attacks or what have you, right? And the only problem with that is, though, it's a little bit noisy to go to sleep. Would you guys agree? Right? So we also have a low speed. Okay? Now the low speed, it's on right now, by the way. It's just a nice little hum.
Wow.
Okay? Yep. Yeah, but the air is being pulled in at 8 miles an hour, and we call this maintenance mode. Right? So after you blast a room, you can turn on maintenance mode. It's nice and quiet, but it's still purifying the air for you, which is pretty awesome. Okay? So, as an example, another thing I do, because I have dogs at home, and I don't want my house smelling like my dogs, right? It's like a pet peeve of mine. Pet peeve, dogs. It's another joke, I'm sorry. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. So, here's what I do. We got this stuff called fresh air.
Yeah.
Okay, this fresh air has triethylene glycol in it. It's the same stuff they use in hospitals and doctors' offices to wipe out germs and bacteria. Okay. Because think about something. If they didn't use anything, every time you went to the doctor, what would happen to you? Yeah, you catch something, right? So you got to use something. And the way it sort of works is they have these things on top of the hospital called a glycinator. It's almost like a Terminator, right? But anyways, it puts this compound out through the vents in the hospital, and it kills all the germs and bacteria, okay? Which is pretty cool. Well, this right here does the same thing for your home, okay? It will wipe out germs and bacteria, okay? Also, if you guys have a cold and you're coughing and you don't want to be transferring it back and forth, this stuff will wipe it out of the air, okay? So check this out. All right. Last hospital visit, right? But not everybody likes your house smelling like a hospital. So, let's change it up a little bit. This right here is apple blossom. Yeah, not too bad. Yeah. And then we have this. This is berry. Yes, berry is very good. And then this right here is the fan favorite. It's called Mandarin Rosewood. Yes. And one last thing. Those allergies that we're talking about that you guys suffer from, imagine this. Whoop. Imagine having this run. It smells really good, doesn't it? Wow. Imagine having that run for a good half an hour to an hour in the bedroom before you guys lay down at night. and how awesome the air would feel.
Yeah.
All right?
Soothing.
Yeah, absolutely it is. And I'm sure you guys can agree with me, clean air is as important as clean food or clean water, right? You know, if we eat something bad, you know what I mean? If we find a way to dispose of it, it's kind of gross to think about, but we do. If you drink something bad, it's kind of the same deal. But if you breathe bad air in, we have no defense mechanism other than nose hairs. And not really making them mine anytime soon. So that stuff we saw floating in the air, we breathe it in, goes through the bronchial tubes and into the lungs. And that stuff gets lodged in the lungs. It gets to our bloodstream in anywhere from 30 to 60 seconds. Isn't that crazy? Right? Yeah, absolutely. And then we got a question for you. First of all, what did you guys think about the air wash? And basically what it did just now, it aromatized, deodorized, and it sanitized the air that we breathe in so often. But what did you guys think about it?
That's good. It's really important.
That's pretty cool. Absolutely. So I got a question for you as well, another one. Now, wouldn't it be nice to know if you had a rainbow, all those stuff we just saw in the air could leave the house? Wouldn't that be a great feeling, man?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Now, another thing I wanted to show you guys was this. Earlier, you told me that you spent $7,200 on stuff to make your house smell good. Look at the look. On stuff to make your house smell good over a 20-year period. Okay? Just so you guys know, the Rainbow has a 21-year warranty. Okay? It matches pretty much the 20 years here. But let's just pretend for a second that the Rainbow is $3,000. Okay? Let's say if you had a Rainbow though, it could keep you from spending the $7,200. Right? Now, would it cost you money or save you money to have one in your home?
That's saving me money.
Save you a whole lot of money, right?
Saving me money.
Yeah, right. Save you money. And what's the best time to start saving money?
Right away.
Absolutely, right? All right, so guys, the great news is it does more. Okay, and we're going to talk about a couple other ways that it saves you money as well. So since we are talking about germs and bacteria within the home, that's like in the air, we're going to talk about an appliance that all of us have, at least hopefully, right? That contributes to most of that stuff that goes into the air. Now, before I tell you what it is, do you have any idea what it may be?
Dryer, vacuum.
A dryer vacuum?
It's dry. It's a good appliance.
Right on. Well, it actually is a vacuum.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm about to explain to you why. Now, what kind of vacuum you guys using?
Kirby?
A Kirby?
Kirby, right?
I got you. Can I see it real quick? I'm going to show you why.